So since I've bought this tractor, I've thought that the rims are different and they're offset different. But one of the problems is this fender was so bent up and bent out of shape, it was kind of hard to tell. It was bent way in over here. So I used a jack and kind of bent it back and used a pry bar and kind of got it better. This fender is junk. The other one's actually pretty good shape, but this one, it's all been beat up so much that it's split and everything. So if I could find one fender, that would be great. But for now, it will work. It'll serve its purpose, and it's not as bent as it was. Let's see, it's even split down here. Something ripped out there, ripped out there. This one itself, it's got this one over here. It's got a crack over here, but other than that, you've just got a few bolt holes and stuff like that. It's in decent shape. It's not split out anywhere like that other one is. So this one's good shape. That one, you can see how much sturdier too. So anyway, back to the wheels. So if you notice, this one's nice and white. This one's rusty. I'm thinking either this one is original and this one's a replacement, or this one's original and that one is an old one off of something else. That's my thinking. And the spacing to me has looked off between the two. But we're going to measure and see if it is. And if it is, I'm probably not going to do anything about it. Probably just going to leave it. And, you know, if I find something later on, then I'll replace it. But I've also wondered if this dish here is different. You can see that one's got a round hole there. You know, this one's rustier, so I'm not sure if those are different. They look pretty much the same, I guess. I'm just wondering if this whole assembly came off of something else. This one's got 3 holes, 3 of these holes in it. This one has 1, 2, 3 as well. So this one, if you look, it almost looks like red paint. I would not have thought this would have red paint on it. This center, it looks like some blue there. So this center may be original, but I'm wondering if this is not original, and it's possible that that rim goes with this center. This is a red painted center. So it could be that somebody got these tires and wheels off of something else, and to make the tread go the right way, they flipped. You wouldn't have to flip centers around. Maybe they did to get the offset right. I don't know. Could be everything came off something else, you know? And it had a replacement rim. But the other thing I've noticed, you can see the mounts are on the outside of this one. You can see the valve stems right there. And you can see our spacing we've got here. And on this one, we're spaced the opposite. And the valve stem is here on the outside. So this one, this rim is flipped as compared to the other one, but the valve stem's on the right side. And I don't think they've got a spot for a valve stem on either side, and they do not. So there's definitely something going on there. I really do feel like that's a replacement rim. So they're all flipped different ways, but let's see if the spacing is close to the same on each side. If it is, we won't worry about it. You know, it is what it is. Like I said, I probably wouldn't do anything about it just because I can't really, I don't know if I could get these tires off without ruining them. You know, they've got so much dry rot on them. Now, the tires themselves, we've got Goodyear traction torque tires, and they are 13.6-28. And of course, over on this side as well, it's also Goodyear traction torque. They're 4-ply 13.6-28. So same tires. I wish they had a date code. I don't think they put date codes on these. That could be a date code, but I don't know how to read it. Not on tractor tires. But let's just remember that 570A7T, just in case I can look it up later. So I'm gonna set y'all up, and I'm gonna go measure, and we'll see what we got. All right, so got y'all set up, and I just had a tape measure. There it is. So how do we want to measure? Let's measure from, we will measure, find a good spot, from, measure the wheel. I know we're not going to get a straight measure, but let's see. We'll just come from here over to there, and that is say 17, about 17 inches. And we'll do the same over here. We've got 15, almost 16 inches. There's only about an inch difference between them. This one over here is spaced out an inch further. The left one is. Yeah, and you can kind of see it too. This one's really close to the fender. It's probably an inch away. Whereas this one over here, you know, probably has like 2 inches or so. Plus, that fender on the left is spaced even further away from the roll bar than the one on the right. So that left tire is definitely spaced out further. So, you know, what do we do about it? Nothing for right now. The other thing, let's see. Can you see? I'm just going to measure real quick the spacing from the rim. You can see me on this side measured, I guess. From the rim, the mount on the rim out. So we've got about 3.5 inches. And if we measure this side, we've got let's measure from the face of it. 5.5, just under 5.5. We'll go back and measure this one from the face of it. It's hard to see. Measure down there better. That one's about 6. They're a little different. the spacing wise there. What I was wondering, if I flipped, I'd have to flip the tire around on the rim, but you can flip this wheel. Get where y'all can see me. So I was wondering if I flipped this rim, if you think about it, if you flipped it around where the spacing was like that one, if it would put the spacing right between the tires. I'd have to take the tire off the rim and remount it. And so I checked, and it does not. It does not get the spacing where it needs to be. It would be a ½ inch difference, it looks like. The other thing we can measure, I don't know if I can measure it. We'll see if we can. The tire on the right, to me, looks wider. And, you know, maybe it's an optical illusion, but I'm wondering if the rim on the right is wider. So if we take this one, measure, this rim is right at 1 foot wide. And this rim is right at 13 inches wide. So yeah, that's possibly why that tire looks wider. It's sitting on a wider rim, so it makes the section width right here wider than this one. This one, you can kind of see it when you look at it too. This one kind of goes almost straight in, and this one's got more of a bulge and it goes in. So like I said, it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to do anything to mess with these tires because they probably would not survive doing anything to them. You know, trying to get them off the rim, it'd tear them up. So they're going to stay like they are for now. If you look at it, and I'd have to check the air pressure, but it definitely looks like it's sitting up higher on this side. But this tire has more tread. So I don't know that it's ballooned out more because it's a narrow rim. It may just be because this tire does have a little bit more tread on it than the left one. And even though these are the same brand tire, the same type tire, same size tire, it does not mean they came as a pair. You know, it could be that they just happen to be the same. I'm fairly certain our John Deere tractor has Goodyear traction torques on it. I think they're a fairly common OEM tire. So, you know, these could have come off of 2 different tractors. It doesn't mean they originally were on here. One could be a replacement. Who knows? You know, you just don't know with the used tractor. So I just figured I'd check that out. It's kind of been bugging me. I knew they were different rims, or I knew they were mounted differently on the tractor and they looked different, you know, because one looks a lot newer than the other one. But like I said, I'll keep an eye out for maybe a replacement rim. If I ever have to replace one of these tires, I'll probably try to get a replacement rim. The rims themselves without the centers aren't that much. You can get them for under $100. I think I saw, just a quick search, I think I saw them for about $96. So if I can match the one on the right, because it's in really nice shape, if I can find one like it and buy one for $100, I'd definitely do that. The one on the left, the rustier one, it's getting some rust around the valve stem hole. You know, it may have been calcium filled at some point. But the one on the right, you know, it looks just fine. So I'm starting to ramble, so let's call this one quits. But yeah, we'll address this at some point in this tractor's life, probably while I have it. Definitely if I have to replace tires on it, we'll try to get some matching rims on it. I think the centers, even though they look slightly different, I think the centers are the same. so I don't think there's any issue there. I guess I could see if I could measure the offset real quick of the centers. Let's see. We'll need a board. Let's see if I can. Oh, y'all are falling. Let's see. Can y'all see that? Y'all can. Alright, so the way we're going to measure this is I'll take a board. Actually, this should work. Just a sliver of a board. But we're going to mount it. We're going to just stick it across the face right here. About like that. And I'm going to measure from the flange here. And I know we've got I guess we can measure this distance too. It's about 3/4 of an inch there. And from here, there, that's 5 inches. So I'm not going to readjust y'all. I'm just going to go measure this other side real quick. And on this side, I'm going to have to break this because this wheel's dished so much. The way they got it mounted. Just break this a little bit shorter. It's not fitting inside the rim. So, in the face of this one, we've got about 3/4 of an inch there as well. And what did I say on that over there? I said 5 inches. Yeah, we got 5 inches here. So the centers are the same, or at least say dimensional wise, they're the same. So we could leave those, you know, clean them up, paint them, all that kind of stuff, and just put new outer rims on. So that's it. Give you all a last look. And you can see this one looks a lot nicer, and you can see the gap there, and then how the tire bulges, and this one how it doesn't bulge as much. And then the spacing there is wider. Plus, there's all that space between the fender, and there's not that space on that side. And the spacing, yeah, the spacing on the roll bar is about the same on each side. It actually maybe shifted a little over to that side. I may have done that to give this rim some more room. So, I'll show y'all real quick. This one's, it's starting to get some rust around here, which, I mean, it's not bad, definitely usable, but, and this rim itself is just beat up a lot more along the edges, inside and outside. So, thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more.